Okay, so let's make the situation a little bit more complicated. Let's still take a tall plant here. So here's our tall plant. Put a few leaves on. So here's our tall plant. But rather than making it big T, let's make it big T, little t, and we will cross that again with a short plant. So here's our short plant. Okay, so there's our short plant. Now, short plant must always be little t, little t. So now it gets a little bit more complicated because the gametes from the tall plant could be big T or they could be little t. Whereas the gametes from the short plant are always going to be little t. So what's our geneticist going to do? Okay, our geneticist is going to do something a little bit different this time. Let's put our gametes from our tall plant along the top, and so remember the gametes from the tall plant could be big T or they could be little t, and the gametes from the short plant are always going to be little t. So if we unite the gametes now in fertilization, then we could have either big T, little t, or we could have this combination here, which would be little t, little t. So now there are two options, big T, little t, or little t, little t. So there are two options, and only one of the options is going to be big T, little t. So a half of the plants that come from the cross between these two plants, where one is big T, little t, and one is little t, little t, half would be big T, little t, and then we've got one of two options being little t, so 50%, half, would be little t, and so don't forget these are going to be short, and the big T, little t will be tall because they've got one dominant allele.